We have, in the years that we've done Precious Kids Foundation, this is the 5th year. Positively, we've treated almost coming to 20,000 people since 2018. And this is because of the different camps we've done in different locations. Our first one was actually here in Kayunga, but it was in Kokonjeru. And we treated almost 4,700 patients within that time, delivered babies and did dental extractions. I think that was about 1,000 dental extractions at the time. Positive impact is the communities we've gone in, the different care we've provided. And I know some people, because we're in Kayunga, some people have come back and they've shown us the glasses that we gave them in 2018. And although they're a little bit crooked and broken, but they're like, because of those glasses, I still am able to do some reading. So it kind of encourages us to keep doing what we're doing. On a more one-on-one level, we've taken kids that have cancer and we provide them with chemotherapy. So we've had some, the tumor has grown, but when it had grown, but then when we came in to help them, they were able to get the chemotherapy, went in remission. Now we've put them in school. One of the little girls is called Christine. We found that the type of tumor she had was BRCA tumor, it's a non-Hodgkin's. So the positive side of that is now she's living. If I show you the negative side of what would have happened, that kind of tumor literally pops up your eye. It's called a BRCA tumor. So it would literally pop up your eye. And it's very aggressive. Had she not received the medical care, the chemotherapy, it responded positively to the chemotherapy because as much as it's aggressive, it's also responsive to chemotherapy. But had she not gotten it, then she would have passed away by now. Others could be like, we had a 12-year-old who was, his name is Marvin, and he had, because of kidney failure, he was swelling up a lot. And now, at that time in 2019, he was looking for rat poison to kill himself because he was getting frustrated, he's not getting the care to help reduce the swelling. And the swelling was because his kidneys could not take the water out of his body. But now he's actually grown up, he's gone back to school. He actually wants to become a doctor to help other kids. And so positive things. We have the community general and then also one-on-one individual levels here. And some of the kids that are here, Esther was one of them. She's an orphan, but we took her in and we're able to provide her with school fees. Now she's in a boarding school and she's studying well. So we have kids that are actually now in senior 4, being able to study well. Others have gone in vocational training center. So in the last 5 years, there's a lot of positive work that has been done. So it helps us keep doing what we're doing. Remember, we have community and then also the individuals. So in the kids that we have, about 137, we have 2 centers in Kajansi and in Kayunga, 137 in total. But then the database of the medical camps, we have it, and also like here, we get to share it with the different districts. So we share what we've done in the camps. We keep the data, but also we're sharing it with a district. So a district is keeping the copy. This health center is also keeping the copy so that can be followed up as well. One of the things we do as an organization is to also make sure we do frequent follow-ups. We get people's numbers. It's one thing to just go in and treat, but did the treatment work? Have they been helped? Because not only do we just want to come and do something, we want to see that it has helped, because for long-term effect is something that we want to follow up. Has it really helped the community we wanted to go to, or is it just one of those things that you've done and gone? So our programs director, our administrator, they really follow up with them. They send their phone numbers, and they do a lot of, sometimes we do 1 month, sometimes we do 3 months, sometimes 9 months follow-up, depending. Yeah, and like right now, one of the kids that we took in, he had, in the medical camp, we found that his eye, I think it's the left eye, the left eye had popped out, and the cancer in the inside node the cancer had changed nose. So his face is almost like this. We just heard from him that we had referred him to Kayunga, but they said no, he needs to go further. So they've sent him to Mulago. So now we're following up with him, and then other people. There's another lady, she had cervical cancer. We took her in. So different things like that. Our follow-up can be however long the person needs the follow-up. Is what we do. Yeah. The education part is, so we treat, we educate, we empower. The education part is when we take in orphans to do primary school, then secondary school. And so right now the highest level we have is senior 4, but after senior 4 they're going to keep going. So why do I say the highest is because we started 5 years ago, when we started Precious Kids Foundation 5 years ago. So now the ones that we started off with, at least now they've gone. Now that level of senior 4 right now. We take in some that cannot necessarily, from academic perspective, have not been able to go to the secondary level, from O level to A level. We actually do vocational training for them. So we have some that we put in the vocational training centers. And then for the adults, especially women, single moms or widows, we do a lot of skills training, being able to, whatever skills that they have or talents that they have, we want to develop that. So that's what we call education. So when we talk about the malnutrition, they are feeding a child porridge, eating posho, eating cassava. You see that has no nutrition value. It's not mixed up, right? So you have to then educate them. When we talk about the ones who, like the little boy who had cancer, it was within a month that everything started growing bigger. But the education part is, health education in this case is for any parent or any guardian or anybody who is older. When you see something and your body is showing some signs of something's happening, know to seek help. Don't just sit and let it grow, because the longer you let it grow, then it's going to take longer to actually recover. So the educational part, and that's one of the things I really desire to do, and we've been collaborating with health educators here so that we emphasize educating. And when I use the word educating is health awareness, because there's a saying that an educated mind makes educated decisions. If you know that, let's say you have a little wound, let's go get the help for that wound. Because if you don't know how your body works, if that wound does not get treated, it's going to be so infected, and the whole leg gets infected, and the body becomes septic. The little thing that could have been treated here can become septic, and the entire body becomes septic. So if you educate people to be able to get the help that they need fast enough, it could be possible. So it's a combination of multiple things. As a medical profession, I come from a perspective of, like I mentioned before, an educated mind makes educated decisions. Everybody would like to have the ability to live a better life. If I know that my blood pressure is at this level and I take medicines at this level and get it to the lower level, then you know that that person will take care of themselves. Make sure you teach them, because if you say two tablets 3 times a day, the person is going to take the answer. 2 tablets 3 times a day, they take more medicine than taking 2 and yet 2 and then 2. So, and then the other thing, and this is something from a personal level. My grandmother, she passed away in 2015. But one of the things I remember that made me aware that health education is very important, they used to give her blood pressure medicine and say, take it twice a day. Now, from a person who is older, not that literate, and not even from a medical perspective, twice a day could be 9 in the morning and let's say at 2 o'clock. So what she did, she would wake up in the morning and take it at 7 o'clock and then also at 11 o'clock. That's twice a day. However, that's not the correct twice a day. Why? You want to separate it. You say every 12 hours, every 8 hours, every 4 hours. I think that would help versus take it twice a day. Because from a person who's not medical, let's say it's a blood pressure medicine, take twice a day, and you take it at 7 o'clock and at 11, you're going to lower the blood pressure in a very bad way. However, that medicine is meant to work in your system every 12 hours. So if you say every 12 hours or every 8 hours or every this, that would be much better. Let's say it's a blood pressure medicine. take twice a day and you take it at 7 o'clock and at 11, you're going to lower the blood pressure in a very bad way. However, that medicine is meant to work in your system every 12 hours. So if you say every 12 hours or every 8 hours or every this, that would be much better.